Hey, welcome to And That's the MinoriTEA, the official, unofficial review of, RuPaul's Drag Race. We'd like to think at least. I want to think.
I'm Auntie Dewan.
And I'm Auntie Jarrell.
Yeah, and what is this, episode 4? 3, 4?
So this is episode 4, season 17, and shit is hitting the fan. So let's just start off real quick. RuPaul's entrance look. Thoughts?
I feel like the series has been a little. You're saying the one with like when she came to the door, or the stage look?
The stage look.
Oh, we started
It
in
was
there.
fine.
I feel like
it felt
somebody.
It felt
I
old.
feel like
it felt old. It felt old to me.
The first couple of outfits of this season, I'm not loving. So I don't know what she's channeling, but this needed new TV because this is not working. This Stevie Nicks look was not it. She's usually has something that really is beautiful, and this was just kind of pedestrian in a sense.
Yeah. Like usually by now she would at least have kind of like more one edgier look to kind of remind these hoes I'm rich and I'm the originator.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't gotten that this far this season at all. Even like her wig selections this season, I'm like,
They're very
clearly they
crop.
probably cost a shit ton, but I'm like they're fine. They're fine.
Yeah. So this week, the main challenge was Bitch, I'm a Drag Queen Volumes 1 and 2. And the teams had to remake iconic drag race moments that and make those into songs and commercials. And so, and then on the runway, they had the opportunity to present Wilted for Your Pleasure. So let's kind of like run through any kind of like highlights for the runway, and then we can get into the actual debrief of the commercials. So were there any runway looks that stood out to you?
Yeah, there were a couple. I mean, it made me go back to Utica from a few seasons ago, where she ate her quilted outfit down. So I was like, okay, if it ain't to that level, I don't want to see it. And then I was like, what? I don't even know what I would have worn. I think I would have probably like tried to do a play on like Bounty, the quilted picker upper or something like that, just something outside the box. It's just like it can go very old very easily. But I feel like Crystal Envy in that gold and red number, like
That was
down,
sexy. That was sexy.
8 down, because like it was like just the overcoat at first, and then she took it off, and it was still kind of like the red jumpsuit, and it was kind of quilted on the sides. I was like, okay, you did that, and the face was painted, so I thought she looked gorgeous on that. Sam Star was another one that the blue kind of quilted with the zipper down the front and had the
head
almost
pillow,
like a sleeping bag kind of vibe, and the hair was up against it, so it looked like she was kind of laying down. And then Lexi Love, which I found out Utica made that for her, so I was like,
really, that totally makes sense. Yeah,
I thought Lexi Love was like fashion, quite frankly. Like it looked almost like 1993 Versace. So those are probably my top 3. There's a couple where I was like, I liked Anya's hair, the gown. Like I like that she used like the acting print, but like the gown was kind of basic in a way. But I thought she looked pretty. Those may be my 4. The rest of
any
them,
other call outs for you, Pharrell?
Honestly, I have to really co-sign each and every single one of those. Would be my top 3 as well. I don't know. Sam Star, some reason there's something about her that I'm just that's reading me the wrong way. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I get it.
I felt like there was something about that
little
pillowcase part that I was just kind of like, that's just low hanging fruit. Like I liked the outfit before, and that was blue, and then I'm seeing this in blue too, and I'm like, But Chris Envy for me was best dressed.
Yeah. And if I do just a quick rundown of all the queen's looks, we have Lydia, who came out first, and she had kind of like the crazy cat lady couch look, which was very like artsy. Then there was Yes.
Lydia B. Collins.
Yes, that's Lydia B. Collins. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Her face is painted. Like, her face is, like, she's one of my favorite painters of the season.
Yeah.
The outfit was fine.
The outfit wasn't really, like, that spectacular. It was interesting, but, it didn't serve to me. And then there was Lana Jarre, who came out in kind of like this colorful cocktail number, with the colorful knee-high boots, which was super cute and interesting.
And we saw her at the Glam Awards, by the way. Her makeup up close in person is great.
Yeah.
Very good. And she's taller than I thought she was, too. So shout out to Lana Hay. And she said she might come on the podcast, by the way. So,
okay. Yes.
And then next coming to the stage was Joella. Joella. Okay.
She needs to go.
For a second, but
she needs to go.
Like she was like picking her face through a glory hole or something.
1000%.
Can I just my bad queer opinion, if I could, tap into, bad queers pod. I kind of feel like she ate a little bit in that costume. I found it so campy and so absurd, and it just made me think, like, is this bitch trolling us? Like, Joella feels like the joke is on us. Like, Ru is trolling us, and she's in on the joke. So when she came out wearing a goddamn mattress with just her face sticking out of the hole that isn't even big enough to show her whole face, I kind of screamed a little bit. Hated it for the challenge, but loved it for the campiness of it.
I think if she took it off and revealed another quilted outfit, would have been a lot better. But that was it. And I'm like, then Ru didn't even look good on the back of it. Whoever threw Ru on the back of that camp outfit, get your money back, Joella, because that didn't look like Ru.
I feel like she missed a really great opportunity to turn that look into a reveal, because that's what I think everybody was hoping for.
That's
was that she would get to the end of the runway, do her little walk, and then just zip out, and then it'd be like, a napkin just covering her.
I think she gave all she could give. Next,
she did. Okay, so next is Readyyyy. She came out in the black latex and print number that they had a challenge wondering whether or not it was actually a quilt, which, by the way, you see it quilted. It is not just a print. It is actually quilted, but it doesn't have that quilted look, and so it just didn't reach.
She was at a sleepover in the Matrix. That's what it looked like. She looked like her and Trinity were wrapped up in blankets.
It was a cute look, but not for the assignment. And then there was Jewel Sparkles with the blue kind of like supervillain kind of like number.
That was there.
And then we have Hormona Lisa with that kind of like Palm Springs Dolly Parton-esque kind of robes, dress, and swimsuit.
It was well crafted. I'll say that. It looked a little too gaudy for me, but it was well crafted. I'll give her that for sure.
I think
I was surprised. I was honestly surprised that that's what she came out in, just because she has not been giving anything else, in all honesty. So
for her to be the one that's picked.
Wait, hold on. We didn't mention this. Was it last week or was it this episode where she says she doesn't wear anything but lace fronts or something like that?
Oh, she doesn't wear shake and go.
The ready to go wig, the shake and go wig.
Shake and go.
Yeah.
Shake and go.
Baby.
Yeah.
Baby.
But low key, I'm still trying to figure out, are these queens trolling or are they not? Yeah. Because the level of delusion that is going on with a lot of these queens in terms of what they're serving is, I'm eating it up. I think that it's just giving so much drama. Okay, so
I hope you fool.
By the way, for her look, I honestly felt like even though she leaned into the trans colors of pink and blue, because the colors were so kind of pastel, it kind of washed out the impact of that look. And so it's just unfortunate that happened. Next we have Crystal from New Jersey. She had the Versace dress that we mentioned at the top. And then we have Susie Toot who came out in kind of like this Renaissance like
like
look.
that burgundy.
Oh, I didn't like
And with the
that.
new face paint, because she didn't do the Susie Toot face, which was, we'll talk about this later when we do the critiques. She got some praise for that. Then we have Sam.
By the way, we saw Susie Toot at the Glam Awards, and you could tell her makeup is still evolving a little bit. She definitely didn't have like the pursed lips in person, which I was like, thank God. It was still kind of like similar to actually this episode, I would say, the mouth, but it wasn't as outy or whatever, Betty Boopy. So shout out to her. Like,
she's still evolving
nice
her look,
as well.
which is always nice to see. And then we have Sam, which we talked about in the blue kind of like bedhead dress. Then we have Acacia Forgot, who wore the doily, kind of like Dolly Parton inspired cocktail dress, which was really cute, but it just didn't have as much of an impact on the stage when you saw how dramatic some of the other looks were. But
that's a hard color to wear on TV, especially if you're a white woman like that. Like, if you pale and then you just go put some doilies on, it just looked like complete white on stage. Like, you don't get like the depth of like whiteness easily on TV, I feel.
Well, also it was a cocktail length, and the silhouette was not as avant-garde when you had so many other really explosive looks on stage. It just didn't rise to the occasion, I don't think. And then next we had Anya Nerve, who came out in her African quilt black dress. Then we have Lexi Love, who came out in the black and white rhinestone number. That was
93.
Yeah, that was really stunning. And then last but not least, we have King Kong. I mean Corey King. Corey King, who came out in the red, gold, and black number.
They said Plain Jane should have kept that. She was sabotaging you. And I said, you right. I didn't like her hair either. Like, the hair looked so shiny. And it didn't work for me. That one didn't work for me at all.
I think Corey felt like she was going to be like the next Plain Jane. And I hate saying that because I don't really give Plain Jane that much credit. Like, she was all right, but the most sickening queen, no, she was not. But I felt like she was trying to ride the coattails, and she just almost at every juncture is not rising to the occasion. She's falling short.
I blame Plain Jane. I blame Plain Jane. And here's the reason why. Because we know that she a shady bitch. And I bet you she lied to Corey King. Like, bitch, you could do this. Yeah, you should apply. You can, girl, you my sister. If I can do it, you can do it too. It's giving setup. It's giving setup because she ain't gave nothing yet.
She's not ready yet.
Yeah, she's focused a little bit too much. Corey's focused a little bit too much on that relationship she got going on with Lydia Butthole than she is on actually competing. And she's going to
be a queen that is going to be good on All Stars as well, because she's going to get away from Boston. She's going to be able to kind of see a little bit, because you could tell she hasn't really experienced a little bit outside of that scene. We know how Boston is. So I think once she gets out of that area and that scene, I think she's going to be able to find herself a little better and really see aesthetically what she wants to say. Right now, she's just in the shadow of Plain Jane and those relationships. And she doesn't have a point besides shaking the cup, and that's okay.
That ain't nothing.
Dunkin' commercial. Okay, after you get the Dunkin' commercial, now what you going to do?
Yeah.
And so that's what she needs, a few years, come back to All Stars and be like, there's Corey King. Got it.
That's nice. Right, it's giving more 7-Eleven. You know how us black people like our ice in the cup. That's the commercial she got. Dunkin's too high. Bring it down a little bit.
Yeah. So speaking of commercials, so the main challenge was coming up with these commercials for these songs that reminisce back to iconic moments. So Volume 1 comes up, and the first of the commercials is No Class, No Manners, with Lana Del Rey and Ariete. This is that country number. Can I just say...
love the tumbleweed. I love the tumbleweed in the back.
That was my note.
The tumbleweed in the back was funny.
In the background
I love that. And that's all I got.
That was about it. Yeah.
That's about it.
Sorry, Lana.
I thought it was cute. But... And I thought that they did the assignment well, but in terms of it being a standout, it really just wasn't a standout for me.
They did
anyway.
Stay for this week.
Yeah.
Didn't say
The next one is Rewrite the Stories, as performed by Joella in the gospel number.
I can tell none of them been in church. I can tell you that. I can tell you that piece. Because that praise was looking a little shallow.
Let me tell you,
I
know that Jesus wasn't black. That's all I'm gonna say. That was not the black Jesus, not my Jesus.
That's not
one
the
of
one
the
I know.
one of the things that hopefully Joella will take away from this experience when she watches back her performances is
that she should have never done it.
No, she performs.
She performs that bed. She there. Sorry,
I thought
she should have stayed in Delulu.
We only got so much time, so I'm trying to get it in, y'all.
I'm sorry.
You're right.
So my hope is that when she looks back and watch her performances, that she does a lot with her body, but she doesn't do as much with her face. And so that number could have been hilarious, but there was no level of emoting or connecting with her face. Her eyes were just kind of like staring with no kind of expression. And she was like mouthing the words. And what was interesting,
I struggle whenever people do like gospel in church. They just do a stereotype of the black church. And so that's what Joella was doing to me. I was like, that's something you think occurred. And yes, to an extent, but it was almost like, and I get it. She said she doesn't go to church and things like that. So it was almost like no connection for her to even emote. And she was doing almost like a mockery of it, which I get that's what it's for. It just didn't connect all around because I was like, she just doesn't have that. And so now you just turn into what you think you saw on like Instagram or something, and it really didn't connect. And I was like, oh, this ain't it at all.
Yeah.
So I don't know where she could have pulled something else to emote, but
she could have watched the Tyler Perry movie and been just fine for some notes. Okay, there's plenty out there for her to be fine.
This is not a specific critique for that performance. This is just overall, because even in her lip syncs for her live, she's not giving face.
She's a little dead in the face.
She's mouthing the words, and that's all she's giving is I'm mouthing the words when.
And we saw
you don't even know that.
And we saw when she had to go.
Okay, next one is Back Rolls with Ariadne and Jules Sparkles. This is that little diss track number.
Jules, it was the right call. Jules also shown Ariadne in that one.
Mm-hmm.
I was surprised with Jules because for going from complete contrast with Joella, who was like, stone-faced and just mouthing the words, Jules was actually, it made me like her more because she just played into it. When she got like pretend smacked in the face and had those facial expressions and whatnot, she was giving all of those kind of... Yeah, so I think she did a really, really good job there.
I got me another face.
Yeah, but this just goes to show that when they were coming up with their concept for this commercial, that they really played into Ariadne doing something for Jules to react and not going back and forth. And so I think that really did Ariadne in terms of her not being able to shine because they didn't really think it through in terms of who's doing what and how can I support and then when can I lead. Next is I Nominate Myself with Hormona Lisa, who, by the way, did know the words. I don't know if y'all caught that, but when they showed the commercial, she did know the words to that particular song. So that was pretty interesting.
Fine, though. Like hers was like, because at the beginning it looked like it was going to be too understated, but then like the way they cut it, it was fine. It was slightly campy and not funny, but like it made like put a smile on your face. So enough to be safe, I'll say. This
was a safe performance. Okay. Next one is Unprofessional with Crystal, and this was like the voguing inspired song where Crystal was kind of like on the podium and giving us that Madonna-esque kind of moment.
Yeah, that black outfit on. Yeah, she looked gorgeous. It was fine. It was another one where like it was nothing earth shattering. She did enough to stay in it. Like she was bossing them bitches around, and she's like, "No, you gonna be standing there. You go over there."
She really did though.
I will tell you,
the pageant queen in her came out real quickly, and she was like,
which is great to see. This is great to see because I think she had one of the few. First of all, she had so many background scenarios, and they had different scenes that they were cutting in and out, and so that's a lot to kind of manage, and for her to stand out without being overshadowed by the other people that are doing things is pretty remarkable.
It's a little easy in that group to stand out. So
yeah, there was a lot of meh going on. Okay, so that was volume 1. Volume 2 starts with You're Perfect with Susie Toots' rock number.
I thought it was cute. Yeah, she really did. She really did. I was also kind of and I was surprised to just, again, I like that she's proved me wrong from the very first episode where I thought she was just going to stay in that lane. And I'm liking to see that, she does have a little bit more substance to her. Yeah. I am too. Yeah.
She's the sleeper of the season.
I would agree.
She's one that might sneak on in there. Mm-hmm. Like, damn, you know what Susie did? Kind of eat this season.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, the next one is
listening. And the judges love when the bitch listens. Changing the makeup up a little bit, showing range. They like that shit. So, yeah, Susie's a sleeper of the season.
The next one is Turn Up the Party with Sam and Acacia. This was that kind of like pop tango number where this is the oh gosh.
It looked a little half-assed. I don't think they put a lot of effort into it, personally. I don't, It was a miss for me.
They saw what happened was they saw what Corey was about to do. And they said, we
just got to go just above that. Just above that. Well, there was, I think from the very beginning, and even Susie had called it out. She's like, oh no, this kind of like tango thing, I don't really get the connection, but we'll see how it plays out. And I mean, it was all right, but again, it just, there was, I think the thing that the queens forget is that you have to make Rue laugh. No matter what you're doing, make Rue laugh. So like when they're doing like these kind of like taking on these parts, they're treating them like true bona fide like acting challenges.
Right, they think they Sally Field or some shit.
That's not the point. The point is be silly and make Rue laugh, and then you've got your moment. Next one is Put Your Lighters Up with Anya. This is the jazz number.
Oh, Anya ate.
Yeah, she did. She really did.
Ate. And then like I did, she said, and the silhouette,
said,
Anya.
The fact that she said at the very end, it's very dry, like your vagina, and then turned around. I said, but her vocals, that was incredible.
Yeah, it's her facials
that Joella needs.
Yes, 1000%. She know how to be.
Yeah, like the faces.
Marijuana.
Yeah.
So she ate it up, and that was I think one of the only performances where it's just one person, so she didn't have to compete with anybody else, which that's a gamble because it's all on you, and she clearly delivers. Next is our girl Lexi Love with This Is Your Moment. This is kind of like the Broadway in the musical styling of Les Miserables, where she's on the bed with the diamond.
It didn't make sense. Like they were saying it in the moment, it didn't make sense. It just definitely didn't make sense, but it was still kind of campy enough that you're like, okay, it is what it is. Like, I don't get it, but it was fine. And that wig, that was a massive ass wig.
It was huge.
Yeah, it really was.
Like, you bring wig was huge.
Yeah, I legit feel like they pack their wigs in wigs because some of these wigs be like huge.
Oh, she wore that on the plane.
I do love the fact that she gets what Drag Race is all about. The fact that like at the very end of her being so like melodramatic with all the the emoting, and then at the very end, this is your moment, and she's like dead, on the ottoman and her wig's off. Like that's that kind of thinking is it's really great. So she knows how to compete in this competition. All right, last but not least, we have Glamazon Bitch with Corey King, and this is the yellow chicken-inspired egg crashing commercial.
It was annoying. Like, it wasn't even just like bad. It was annoying, and like it just irritated the shit out of me. It really did. And usually I like this weird shit like that, but that one, I just feel like maybe her intentions are not pure for this show right now, and it's pissing me off. Like, I almost feel like she's not taking it seriously, and like phoning it in a little bit. I don't know. There's something about her that's rubbing me wrong right now.
I think what it is that she got a note that you have to be silly, and the judges have said this all the time, every single season. That is a gamble, and sometimes it can really pay off, and other times it could not land. And the problem that they had with this is that, okay, the gags are kind of cute, but there wasn't anything connecting them together. So, it was just like you were doing things just for the value of doing them, but there was no real intentionality behind that people could follow. And so when the package is put together, it was just like, okay, she's just being silly for no damn reason. And then that's where people start feeling like, okay, are you wasting our time? Because what is we doing? Okay, so we see the Volume 1 and Volume 2, they go to the stage, and we have the tops of the week, Anya, Crystal, and Susie. And the bottoms is Corey, Joella, and Ariadne. Do we agree?
Yeah. Definitely for the bottom. Maybe Ariadne. I mean, they weren't going to send her home, so like they just had to put someone else down there. And she wasn't as good as Jules, so hers was just like she just got stacked against someone that just really outperformed her. Yeah. And just made her look that much worse. But yeah, Corey and Joella, I was like, bye. Send them both go. Bye.
The only thing that I kind of disagree with is Susie. I didn't really care for her runway look, and her makeup was different, but it wasn't on the level of the other queens that were on that stage, minus a couple of few. I think that actually Ariadne did a much better job. Not so much in the competition, and I get that her feedback around her outfit was like
her avatar look.
I'm sorry, I lied. I lied. I'm sorry, Jewel Sparkles. I would have replaced her with Jewel Sparkles.
Okay, that makes a bit more sense.
In the top,
yes, I would actually. I would too.
I agree with you on
I
that.
would too.
Because she had a really great performance, but also if I look at.
So you like Jules' outfit better than Susie's outfit?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I did too.
I did.
Susie's outfit was that, again, medieval kind of weird. Yeah, and it just didn't.
I didn't care.
It didn't fall right for me.
Are like a wash for me in the outfits. I didn't care for either of their outfits really.
Yeah,
maybe Jules is a smidge better. Yeah.
Yeah, but if I include both that and the challenge, then I am going to give it to Jules Sparkle.
Because Jules did a great performance in that. Okay, so then we have the winner's crown, and it's our Cleveland girl, Miss Anya. And so proud of her. I love the fact that people had been shitting on her since the very beginning, and she hadn't been connecting with a lot of the girls, but she's showing them that Cleveland energy, like, I ain't got to connect with you hoes to still be a superstar in this fucking competition. And I'm loving that she's getting her flowers.
Oh yeah, let me borrow that wig right quick, too, girl.
And her face was painted. I loved her face.
I will say though that I don't think, I wouldn't say she was necessarily the clear winner of this week. I still feel that like a lot of the top girls were all still very much here, right? Because I think where she nudged out as the winner was her challenge.
Absolutely.
Because Crystal's runway was better than hers.
But
Anya's challenge was better than Crystal's, right?
Yeah.
So I think the challenge is what nudged her out more, which I think I would always give it to the challenge over the runway, because the runway is what you bring ahead of time. The challenge is what you're doing in the moment. You're like, yeah, absolutely. So
and here's what happens, and we said a few weeks ago, Ru likes Anya. Anya's painted up on that stage week after week.
Yeah.
And those are the little brownie points, right, wrong, or different, that add up over the season. That
absolutely.
Like, wait, how did that person win? Because you got to look at the arc of the whole season, and she's playing the game that Ru likes.
Yeah.
And she understands what the competition is all about. Like, I'm telling you, there are a lot of these girls that are sitting up there on that stage, like probably 10 out of the 12 that are left. I don't know how many there are, but like I would say more than half of those girls are getting up there trying to be cute. This is my brand. This is what I'm about. I'm, serving the looks. And there are a few girls that are out there that are actually competing. I think Anya is competing. I think Lexi is competing. And I think Crystal is competing.
And I'll say Susie's. I'll throw Susie in there too.
Susie's competing
Susie's
too.
paying attention.
Yeah. Because she's taking those notes.
Yeah. But those are the ones that are competing. The three that I just named are the ones that are competing. The other girls, they're serving looks. They're being cute. They're doing the work, but there's a lack of intentionality and understanding what's being asked. And I think that Anya really understands what this is all about. She's giving what needs to be given. And then we have in the bottom, Corey and Joella. What did you think of this lip sync?
That lips. Send them both home.
I wish
she did.
Send them both. BOF.
Look.
Both.
Corey's lip sync to me solidified that she does not know what she's doing in this competition.
I don't think so. She and maybe she was just nervous or scared. I don't know, but honestly, I got nothing from her. And I would say, I think Joella tried more than Corey, if I'm being honest.
Absolutely.
I think she tried more. I think because it was her second time in the bottom, that's where she fell short. I don't think she did enough to still stay. Like, if you in the bottom multiple times, you have to. Long. Yeah.
That was a mistake.
Yeah.
That was a mistake. If she had a mouth on the back of RuPaul and the mouth was moving, that would have been hilarious. But
right.
But no.
Yeah.
She had to go, and I feel bad for her in that way. But
there was the threat of both going home, and not that we had to hit 14 episodes because that's what we sold to MTV.
Yeah.
Like if I was Rebel, like I'm tired of y'all hoes. Step your pussies up, by both are gone.
Yeah.
And that would gag us as the television audience. Like, damn, okay, Ru ain't playing. That's what we need.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We need that because if you the credibility coming from this show is so monumental that these hoes need to know I ain't playing around with my name.
Yeah.
If you're about to be a Ru girl and you go out and do a show like that, that's reflecting on me.
Mm-hmm.
And that ain't it. I ain't paying nobody to see no damn Joella, no Corey, if that's what your lip sync's gonna do. And if I was Ru, that's how I would be saying this shit now. Be like, yes, I know you gotta hit a certain number of shows, but no, that's what that's not effort. That's not that. No.
Yeah, I honestly, I would have loved to have seen a double elimination at this point. This to me solidified that Corey didn't understand what the song was all about. She just got up there and was just doing some things, and that's her MO. Okay, so Joella gets the boot. She does the Dunk a Queen challenge. She pulls lever 6. It doesn't do anything. Side note, I'm sorry, production, but that womp womp sound effect for when somebody doesn't
get it
right, you're missing the mark. That should be like a
really,
part. It should be like it should be something that is
chocolate.
It should be
something.
You know what? It should have been. It's chocolate.
Yeah.
That would have been hilarious, but it just feels very anticlimactic when that happens because it just doesn't rise to the occasion. But I'm glad to see Joella left. And then we get a preview of next week's episode, and that's where they're live from Tuckahoe, and it's RuPaul Drag Race Live, where they're doing a comedy, sketch comedy acting challenge. So we'll get to see who can deliver not just a lip sync, but actually act and make people laugh.
I guarantee you, Harmona's going to be actually good this time. I bet you there's somewhere in there.
I think there's right
somewhere
about that.
in there. I bet you she gonna crush it. I bet you. Yeah.
Oh Lord, Anya, please don't flail. I need you in here. I need you a few more weeks because some of these hoes I can't take.
No, I think she'll be okay
host.
because
She's
her confessions, she's very she's very witty in her confessions. You know how she's dragging the girls.
You're right.
I think she is going to be I think she's going to kill it.
They
And I think about her
previewed that she
rap
is
for
gonna
her
be
talents as well too. She's good with words. I think she's going to be good.
They previewed
Yeah.
that she's going to be she's going for the host role of this
Yeah,
whole
she
thing.
should.
So she's going to be introducing
Yeah.
that. So I think that actually plays to her strengths. And it'll just be really interesting to see like Alana Jarre or an Acacia Forgot try to perform in this because they're not really known for their personalities. But we will find out next week.
Yes.
Wow.
And on
Yes.
that note,
Community. Right. Wash your hands, your legs, your asses, but keep subscribing and watching all this and share with your family and friends and let us know in the comments where we went right or where we went wrong, and did the right person go home or did it need to be both? So see you next week.
Bye, y'all.
bye everybody.